Something like that. Try not to play the theme the same way every week. But anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. This is my show about guitars, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. So here's kind of how it works. You know, it used to be it was a call-in show, so you call me up and you ask me questions about the questions like, "Hey man, what's your show about?" I say, "Oh, it's about an hour about guitars, guitar playing, all things guitaristic." So I think my hat's on crooked. There you go. How's that? A straw hat for the season. Anyway. So we talk about guitars and guitarrons, guitarras, sitars, lutes, uds, vihuelas, banjos, balalaikas, bazookies, bajos, sextos, bandurias, tiples, cavaquinhos, mandoras, mandolas, and mandolins. Yeah, did I say banjos, balalaikas? I don't know if they said that this week or not. I forget.
Dulcimers, dobros, and didgeridoos.
There you go. Yeah. Trombones and trombamarinas.
Alpenhorns, bagpipes, and concertinas.
Timpani, timbales, and I don't know, tonettes. There you go.
Irish harps, pixie harps, and Jew's harps.
There we go. Harmoniums, harmonicas, and harpsichords.
Xylophones and zithers.
Oh, that's probably good enough. I don't know if I already said pipe organs and piccolos. See, the thing is, I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking you're going to read that thing for us in a little while there, Bob. We've got something for you to read.
PSA from the AARP today.
Yeah, I don't know why they chose you to read it, but
because I'm the old guy.
Yeah, I get But take care of yourself, because when you're not...
When I'm gone, you're the old guy.
I'm the old guy, yeah. So, yeah. I've been hanging around here for a while. Anyway, so welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. We talk about politics, world events, or your own personality problems, but we try to keep this clean. It's a family program. All right, so, yeah, I'm kind of yawning again. I'm sorry. Sorry. This time I started yawning about half an hour before the show started, rather than a half hour into the show. So basically, this week, I turned in my grades last week. I turned in my hours today for my last pay period for co-colleges. You know, I'm an adjunct, so that means I don't get paid when I'm not actually there working. Adjunct is temp in the academic world, you know. And so, my professing career, my professor career right now is on hiatus until August, I guess. Unless somebody fires me, but I don't think it. I mean, see. I actually know something about guitars, and I work real cheap, so I'm kind of hard to find. A guy like me, you know, like if you can get a dishwasher who'll show up, you know, on time and sober, you know, it's like, I mean.
Or a guitar picker who'll show up on time and sober.
That's right. Well, I actually have been showing up early lately, and I've been showing up sober, well, pretty much forever. Yeah. Anyway. My personal problems, I think, are pretty well known around here. I'm going to tune this thing with my floor tuner. I have a really bad case of the guitar acquisition syndrome known as GAS. So this week I have the Reverend Aersonic. If we get tired of that, I got me a Reverend Bayonet behind me. I can grab that at any moment. I could use a tuning fork in my pocket, but I've started to become addicted to electronic tuners. I'm so ashamed of myself. I don't know if they're any more accurate than my... Actually, I don't think they're as accurate as my tuning fork, but I think I'm going senile slowly, so I'm... Yeah. So anyway, this is like a hot rod rock and roll guitar here. What I like is it has F-holes, you see, but look at that, eh?
The F hole goes clear through the guitar.
Yeah, because it's not hollow. See, but the F holes and this chunk of wood through the top and these wings are supposed to make it behave like a hollow body, like a semi-hollow, like a Gibson ES-335. And it does have quite a bit of resonance. But the other night, because of the weather, my head's crooked. I don't know. Is it crooked this way a little bit? Huh? What do you think? You're never supposed to look at the monitor, especially see if your hat's on the right way. And there it is. It's pretty as a picture. You have an ape. That's a Three Stooges line in The Brideless Groom. Shemp says, and there I am, and as pretty as a picture. And Mo says, yeah, I have an ape. So, anyway. What was I talking? I was talking about guitars. Oh, yeah, so the other night at Tuscan Moon, it was going to be cold and rainy on Saturday, which is much to our dismay. Yeah, sorry. So I had to play indoors. And I took I didn't know what to, I was all kind of like ready to play a electric guitar, jazz guitar, because I've been playing. See, basically I had two amps there. I had the big one and the little one in case I got stuck inside. And I didn't like the little one. I'm trying to be like Trump. I'm like conducting. Anyway, when I talk. Man, you pick up these weird habits. So I was agonizing over which guitar to take with me, because the weekend before last, I had a lot of fun with this thing, playing my gig, and it was great. It was outdoors. It was the first time. Had that larger amp behind me because I could fill up a bigger space. You see, I can't have a big amp in the building. You got your indoor voice and your outdoor voice, you know. So I couldn't. I just didn't think it was going to work out. So I was thinking about, well, should I bring a third amp there, an acoustic guitar amp, and play one of the nylon strings or even a folk guitar? And so instead, at the last minute, I panicked and I grabbed that hollow body jazz box I've had on the show a number of times. It's actually a Dean Palomino Solo. It says Dean on it, but it's actually a really nice guitar, big fat hollow body jazz box with one floating pickup, you know, which means it's suspended from the end of the fingerboard here, in the F holes. But it's hollow, so it doesn't. The F holes don't go all the way through. You see, they only go through. Anyway, so what I'm nattering on about is, I was so disappointed that guitar sounded great in there. And everybody thought it was wonderful and everything like that. The thing is, I've had that guitar for years, and it's been all paid off for a really long time, you see. So all these other guitars, I'm having adventures. I could really probably have just been happy with the guitars that I had, you see. But instead of that, I'm always like looking for the next thrill. You know what I mean? So,
if it sounds good, there must be one out there that sounds better.
That's right, yeah. Never satisfied. So I'm accused of having OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, by my wife. But anyway, there was a woman. I'm going to be quiet and play guitar in a minute. But so there's this thing. I think I read it. I don't think I saw it. I think I read it. There's a woman who, I know I did read it somewhere in some psychological article or something like that. But she was totally addicted to pancakes spread with peanut butter. So she would stand by the stove making these pancakes with a large industrial-sized bag of pancake mix and enormous industrial-sized vats of peanut butter. And she would make pancakes and spread them with peanut butter and eat them as fast as she could until she could no longer stand. And I think just when you weigh 500 pounds, it's hard to stand.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know how long that was, but she had, they needed some sort of intervention, because that was her problem, you see. So I think that my guitar thing is marginally better. Yeah. So at least not one of those situations, where they have to cut a hole in the door to get you out, put you on a horse gurney, and anyway, never mind. Okay. All right. So I'm a guitar fat cat. I'll admit it. I think this thing sounds great. It's different. It's more immediate. chord. I have a chord of the week. The chord. Okay, so I'm doing this. I was working on this version of the Harlem Nocturne. It's a really kind of lonesome saxophone type of thing, you know. It's an old one. I forget how old, but anyway, Harlem Nocturne. So anyway, I was working through trying to turn it into a chord melody thing. I even gave the music to a mandolin player who comes to my house every week, and but one of the chords in there was a C minor major 7. Pardon me while I yell. So I do a lot of A minor major 7s in my career. I have done quite a few over the years. But I never thought about C minor major 7, and I found a couple ways to play it. But then I thought the easiest thing, because I'm trying to see if I do chord melody, I'm going to get the melody in there and the chords at the same time. So it's a guitar solo. My chord melody stuff is kind of like classical guitar, kind of like, because I'm all mixed up, you know. So I always like to do 2-finger chords, the easy ones, because I'm. Well, I don't want you. See, I don't want you to think I'm lazy. I mean, I'm lazy. I just don't want you to think that. So anyway, dig this chord, man. Here's a C minor major 7. Now, Harlem Nocturne. It's a lonesome thing. There was a Mike Hammer show that was on TV with Stacy Keach. He played Mike Hammer with his mustache, and but so it's like a hard-boiled detective. You know, Mickey Spillane there, but it starts like 1948 to 1960 something. He wrote these paperback novels about this hard-boiled detective, you know, and so this is like the perfect hard-boiled detective chord. Yeah. Anyway, so Bob.
Yes.
Put a camera on that guy. We've been you have a camera on that guy. Okay, you have been appointed to. For some reason, they chose you to read this thing from the AARP. So.
Well, like I say, since Phil gone, I'm the old guy. When I go, you're the old guy.
Oh yeah, oh man. Eat your broccoli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The AARP, which is American Association for Retired People, but you don't have to be retired to be in it. Launched the Be the Difference Vote, the comprehensive voter engagement campaign to support Americans aged 50 plus as they vote in the 2018 midterm elections. The campaign will provide information on where politicians stand on the issues and help these decisive voters hold politicians accountable for their positions in November. To promote voter engagement throughout Iowa ahead of the June 5th primary, AARP staff and volunteers are traveling to the 16 cities across the state during May to give presentations, have discussions with Iowans on state and federal issues impacting the 50 plus, as well as the new Iowa voter laws that are in place for 2018. More than 50 people are expected to attend Wednesday's voter engagement event at Coralville Public Library. It's Wednesday, May the 16th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at the Coralville Public Library, 1401 5th Street in Coralville, Iowa. The AARP is seeking to get the most possible turnout of 50-plus voters at the polls in the general election in November. It will also work to ensure that issues of particular importance to older Iowans are front and center. Issues like Medicare, Social Security, financial security, prescription drug costs, and caregiving. Older voters are a major force in elections, yet time and again some candidates, campaigns, and policymakers underestimate their influence, said Nancy Lamond, AARP's Executive Vice President and Chief Advisory and Engagement Officer. Our work will not only mobilize 50-plus voters, it will also bring the issues they care about to the forefront of campaigns across the country. Older voters are watching and they vote in impressive numbers. The Be the Difference Vote campaign includes a one-stop online portal, awrp.org/vote. The centerpiece of AARP's voter engagement efforts is an online voter pledge. The text of the pledge is as follows: I pledge to be the difference and vote in the election this year. Every vote counts, and together we the people can hold the politicians accountable and make them pay attention to important issues like Medicare, Social Security, prescription drugs, caregiving, and financial security. So again, that is Wednesday, May the 16th, noon to 1:30 p.m., Coralville Public Library, 1401 5th Street in Coralville.
Wait a minute, this is Tuesday, May 15th, isn't it? Today.
Oh, yeah, you're right, May
Just-
16th.
Yes, I know you said the right thing. You said the right, I'm saying it's tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. You said the right thing. I'm just saying it's tomorrow.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
this is not tomorrow, this is today, but tomorrow is when this thing
unless you're
events.
watching us on Friday, in which case you're late.
You blew it, you missed it. Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're watching us Tuesday night, show up tomorrow, May 16th, from noon to 1:30 at the Coralville Public Library
Yeah, okay.
for issues of importance to older Americans.
That's right. And you know, the thing is that older people do tend to vote, maybe because they got nothing else to do. And there are a lot of people who are older than a certain age. It's called the baby boom.
Yep.
And I'm one of the later baby boomers, but I'm a baby boomer.
I'm a pre-baby boomer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, you go back there. Okay, well. But, you know,
I think the leading edge of the baby boomers is about 2 or 3 years younger than me.
okay, well, it was all over 2 or 3 years after me, I think, but my dad was in the war, so World War II, so
Anyway, Wednesday at noon, Coralville Public Library.
Wednesday at noon, tomorrow, Coralville Public Library. And not hard to find the Coralville Public Library. It's close to
It
West
is
Music.
1401 5th Street.
Yeah, well, beyond. Well, West Music is 1212, so it's just right down the street. So, easy to find. Oh, little town of Coralville. I'm sorry, I didn't do that, did I? Okay, it's all right.
Come out and learn about old people's issues.
That's right. Well, you know,
And you'll all get old if you live long enough.
that's what I was just going to say that. I was just leading up to that. I was going to try to think of a more clever way to say it, but that's yeah, that's about it, isn't it? You know, you hang around long enough, you get to be old one. I used to be the young guy, you know,
Yeah,
the kid, you know.
I think I remember back when I was a young guy.
Well, it would be like certain situations where I was the youngest guy there. I was the youngest one there, you know. And then, and now when you leave,
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one here, so I guess, yeah. PATV, I gave you the best years of my life.
Yeah.
Anyway. Actually, before it was PATV, I'm going to reminisce. I should be playing guitar. I'm going to reminisce. So, you said these little